Okay, so I said, oh yeah, I was talking about how me and my girlfriend never want kids, and Samantha said like, oh, well, if you ever change your mind, you could always adopt. And I said like, no, I'd like the idea of like, if I were to ever have kids, I want to pass on my weird genes, and I just, and then it made me remember like, oh yeah, I went to one of those whack-off clinics where,
oh my God,
where they give you like $100 to whack off into a cup.
Jeez.
Whack-off clinic.
Yes,
is that what's written above the door?
That's what it says
in Kansas.
It's Minnesota. No, it's Minnesota.
Oh right,
yeah.
okay, well that makes sense.
I remember I was drunk at a bar and I was peeing, and above the urinal, it had an ad, and it said, "Yes, we'll pay you for that." And it showed like some college-age kid with a fistful of like $100 bills, and he's going, "Yeah!" like the Rocky poster because he just whacked off into a cup. And I was like, "Man, I've been whacking off for free all these years."
Wait,
oh my God.
Was this poster assuming that you were jerking off into the urinal?
I don't think it was
We'll pay you.
insinuating that.
I hope so.
No, I don't think it was insinuating. They just knew that they had a male audience there.
We'll
because
pay
it
you
was in
for
the male's
yeah, but
bathroom.
we'll pay you for that. Did you like go to the clinic and then piss in the cup? And they were like, no.
No, heavens no. I whacked off into a cup. They had a wicker basket full of porn, and then some nurse hands you a cup and says, go do your business in there. And
Wow.
you grab your favorite porn out of the wicker basket and you whack off and have a good time. They got video on a TV. And, then you give them a cup full of your whack-off stuff. And
whack-off stuff.
That's the medical term.
This is inexplicable. The really terrifying part about this is that there may be a little Dan running around.
There's not.
And we would never know it.
Because I got the report back. Because you have to go in for the... oh, God, I just thought of another part. I haven't thought about this in a long time. But
is that you fill out the form, you say you're an astronaut actor?
Yeah. No, I remember they said, like, you're not supposed to whack off or have sex for, like, 5 days before you go in and do this.
So it's worth their while.
So they can get a good sample or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like, I had a girlfriend at the time, too, and I explained to her, like, hey, I want to get some money for whacking off, so we can't be having sex for, like, 5 days, and I can't whack off. And I remember, like, after...
I wish I was a fly on the wall for that conversation.
No, she was cool with it.
Not to put a price on our intimacy or anything.
Extra money's always good.
But if you give me $100, I won't have to go to that whack-off clinic.
Well, I remember after 5 days... I was so worried because I didn't want to, have any kind of nocturnal emissions. Let's get medical on it after being super not medical. So I'm like, I need to make sure I save this all for this for the whack-off clinic. And then after 5 days, I was just so like, 5 days you go with that, and you're going crazy. And so I remember driving to the whack-off clinic and thinking like, man, I'm really on edge here. And I was like hitting speed bumps and stuff, thinking like, man, I hope I don't like hit a speed bump and come in my pants.
Oh my God!
Which that's never like the early thing, the premature thing. Like that's never happened to me ever. But when you're super worried about like, oh God, I gotta
because you were just thinking about that payday.
Like, there's money, yeah. I
just
mean,
thinking
if you
about that
come in your
payday.
pants, you don't get your payday.
This could be the most expensive premature ejaculation of my life.
Which that's a long walk to. That's the what's the word I'm looking for? The evaluation or whatever.
Yeah,
they
sure.
need to check your whack off stuff to see if it's good for babies.
Test it.
Yeah, and so they tested it, and it came back that I had just like total normal for my age whack off stuff.
Yeah.
And it totally works and everything, but they want like Superman cum or something.
Yeah.
And so they said that like, sorry, we can't give you a fistful of $100 bills for
Whoa,
whacking off into this cup.
I certainly hope that. Oh wait, they didn't pay you?
No.
Oh my God.
The first time was to evaluate if it was up
Jesus.
to, up to their crazy Superman standards.
Okay.
But no, I just have
They
totally. I have normal.
use that shit. They use
that's
that
false
shit.
advertising.
Yeah. Apparently, I have just totally normal whack off stuff.
Good.
And,
You're too
so
normal.
it works. It would work.
Dan
whenever needed
Ryckert,
to.
too normal.
Yeah, I'm too normal of a guy for the whack off.
I sure
I'm just
hope-
glad I got to say whack off like 20 times on this podcast.
I'm sure hope that we're like making